Hello students. Today we'll be continuing with our exercise 7.5 and we'll take various other cases of resolving into partial fractions. So let's start with question number 7. It says that I is equal to x upon x squared plus 1 into x minus 1 into dx. Very clearly, this is a rational function out of which in the denominator we have one quadratic expression and one linear expression, and clearly this quadratic expression cannot be factorized further. So what we do is we write x squared plus 1 and x minus 1 as we have to write, since it's a cubic expression, we have to write or introduce three constants. So one will be one term will have denominator x squared plus 1, the other one will have x minus 1. Now in this one we will be writing ax plus b, because we have to introduce two constants corresponding to an expression of degree 2, and here we will have c. Now out of this, the value of c can be clearly solved by the shortcut method, and then we will solve a and b using the regular method. Okay, so this can be written as ax plus b upon x squared plus 1 plus, now we write the denominator as x minus 1, and then on the left hand side, except for x minus 1, in the remaining portion we write x as equal to 1. So we get 1 upon 1 squared plus 1, and so we get the expression as ax plus b whole upon x squared plus 1 plus this gets solved to 1 upon 2, that is 1 upon 2 times x minus 1. Now at this stage we will take the LCM and proceed in the regular manner. So when we take the LCM, we get here 2 times x minus 1 x squared plus 1, and now this becomes 2 times x minus 1 into ax plus b plus x squared plus 1. Now here if we write x squared plus 1 and x minus 1, for this to be the same as the denominator of here also we have to write 2, and this becomes 2x. Now comparing the numerators on either side, we can write it as 2x, and this can be written as plus 0 times x squared plus 0, because there is no constant term and there is no term involving x squared. Now this, let us open it up. We get 2 times, we get it as ax squared plus bx minus ax minus b plus x squared plus 1. Collecting the like powers, we get 0 into x squared plus 2x plus 0 is equal to, now we have with x squared we have 2a from here and 1 from here, so this is x squared. Now with x we have 2 times b minus 2 times a of x, these two terms, plus the constant is 1 minus 2b, 1 from here and minus 2b from here. Now comparing, let us first get, now we have to only solve for a and b, and using this expression and the constant we can easily get it. So comparing, we get, now comparing the coefficient of x squared, we have 2a plus 1 is 0, which gives us a equal to minus half. And again comparing the constant terms, we have 1 minus 2b equal to 0, which gives us b equal to half. Now from the third one we will verify whether, or cross check whether our calculation for a and b is correct or not. So we should have 2b minus 2a should be equal to 2. So let's verify. Left hand side, what do we get? 2 into b is half minus 2 into a is minus half. It gets solved to 1 plus 1, which is 2, which is the right hand side. And so our solution for a and b is correct. Now we simply write the given integral as, first term is ax plus b. A is minus half x plus b whole upon the quadratic expression, that is x squared plus 1 plus 1 upon 2x minus 1. This is the expression which this gets solved to into dx, and then we simply solve it. So what do we get? We can write this I as half can be taken common and we are left with, or we can even take minus half common and we are left with x minus 1 upon x squared plus 1 plus into dx plus, and here also I can take this half common and I can get integral of x minus 1 into dx. Now these can be individually solved and we can write it as x upon x squared plus 1 is one integral, minus 1 upon x squared plus 1 is another one, and this one, and we know the result for each of this. So let us quickly complete this. So let me write it again. We have the I becomes equal to, we have minus half of x minus 1 upon x squared plus 1 into dx, and the other term is plus half of 1 upon x minus 1 into dx. Now this can be easily solved as, you write it as minus half of x over x squared plus 1 dx, minus of minus becomes plus half of 1 upon x squared plus 1 dx plus half of x minus 1 dx. Now we know the result for each one of them. This one can be done by substitution. So if you put, now let me call it I1 plus I2 plus I3. I is equal to this. Now I1 is equal to minus half of x over x squared plus 1 dx. So when we solve it, we put x squared plus 1 as t, 2x dx is dt, and so this x dx gets absorbed in dt, and we get I1 as minus half into, now dt upon 2, which makes it that half is outside, and upon t, and this is equal to minus 1 upon 4 log t plus c1. So I1 becomes equal to minus 1 upon 4. Replacing back the value of t, we get x squared plus 1 plus a constant. Call it 2. Similarly, I2 is equal to half of 1 upon x squared plus 1 dx, which is a standard result, that is half of tan inverse x plus c2. Call it 3. And the last one, I3 is half of 1 upon x minus 1 dx. When you solve it directly, we know it is mod of log of x minus 1 plus c3. So putting 2, 3 and 4 in 1, we get I is equal to minus 1 upon 4 log x squared plus 1, then plus half tan inverse x plus half log x minus 1 plus c1 plus c2 plus c3, and these become and here you can easily add these three constants, give you another one, and if you want, you leave it like this, or you can combine the answers and write it as, you can just take out combine these log terms together, and we can write it as 2 upon 4 here. So you take 1 upon 4 common, log of x minus 1 whole square upon x squared plus 1. These two get combined, and plus half of tan inverse x, and these three together give us one constant c. Okay, so with this question is over. Now similarly we take up the next question, which is question number 8. Now question number 8 is yet another kind. If you just observe, it is x upon x minus 1 whole square into x plus 2 into dx. Now in this case again, the special thing is that though these are all linear factors, but one of the linear factor is repeated, so the result to be used here will be, we write it as, so we will get three different factors, one of which is x minus 1, one will be x minus 1 square, and one will be x plus 2, and the three constants would be a, b and c. So now let us quickly solve this. So what do we have? X upon x minus 1 whole square into x plus 2 can be written as, I am again repeating it, x minus 1 b upon x minus 1 whole square plus c upon x plus 2. Now out of these three constants, b and c, the denominators of b and c are as it is present here. So these can be solved using, b and c can be solved using shortcut method, and then the remaining coefficient a can be solved later by taking the LCM. So what do we get? We get it as x minus 1 whole square into x plus 2 is equal to, this remains as it is. Now we have to solve these two terms, the values of b and c. Now for b, what we do is we just leave this x minus 1 whole square, and in the remaining part we put x equal to 1. So we get 1 upon 1 plus 2. Same way for x plus 2, except for x plus 2, in the remaining part we put x equal to minus 2. So we get minus 2 upon minus 2 minus 1 whole square. And so we get the values of b and c as, this is x minus 1 whole squared, and here a gets solved to 1 upon 3. So 1 upon 3, and here we have x plus 2, and this gets solved to minus 2 upon, this is 3 square, which is 9. So you get minus 2 upon 9. Now at this stage we will take the LCM and find a by comparison. So what do we get? We again write it as this, x plus 2. This way it is, even though we have to take the LCM and compare, still this way of doing is far more simpler than directly taking the LCM from the very beginning and comparing. Okay, so what we do here is equal to, now what do we get? X minus 1 is already there, so first of all the denominator will have 9 x minus 1 square x plus 2. Now here I will write, here 1 x minus 1 is already there, so we are left with 9 times x minus 1 into x plus 2 into a, plus with this 1 we already have 3 x minus 1 square. So what is left is 3 times x plus 2 minus, with this 2, 9 and x plus 2 is already there. So we are left with only x minus 1 square. Okay, now again here we are not interested in these parts, we are interested in finding only a. So we will try to minimize our calculations and still get the answer for a. So what we do is comparing the numerators, we get Now there will be an x square term, there will be a x term, and there will be a constant term. So we write 0 into x squared plus 1 into x plus 0 is equal to. Now let's solve for the x square term, the x term, and the constant term. So for that, let us just simply open it first. So we get 9x squared minus x plus 2x is plus x minus 2 into a, plus 3 into x plus 2 minus 2 of x squared minus 2x plus 1. Okay, now let us again group these into coefficients of x squared, coefficient of x, and the constant term. So what do we get? Is equal to, now with x square we have 9 into a, this thing is gone, and there is no x square term here, and there is minus 2 this times x squared. Now plus, then we have, now we don't even need to do beyond this because we have something x and we have some constant term. It may or may not involve a. So here we don't even have to solve this. We are done by just comparing the coefficient of x square. So comparing the coefficient of x square on either side, we get 9a minus 2 equal to 0, which gives us 9a equal to 2, which gives us a equal to 2 upon 9. And so we get, this gets reduced to a is 2 upon 9 plus 1 upon 3 times x minus 1 square minus 2 upon 9 times x plus 2. And we simply have to now solve these. So the integral becomes integral of 2 by 9 1 upon x minus 1 dx plus 1 upon 3 1 over x minus 1 whole square into dx minus 2 by 9 1 upon x plus 2 dx. And all these integrals we can easily solve. So we get them as 2 by 9, this is simply log of x minus 1 plus 1 by 3. This is what? X minus 1 raised to power minus 2 comes out to be x minus 1 raised to power minus 1 upon minus 1 minus 2 by 9 log of x plus 2 plus a constant, which we just simply put together and we write it as 2 by 9. This term and this term, they get combined together. So x minus 1 upon x plus 2 log of this, and this is minus 1 upon 3 times x minus 1 plus a constant. So this way we have taken two different kind of questions. One where the quadratic in the denominator could not be factorized further. In the next question we got all linear factors, but two of them were repeated. Now we take question number 9, which is yet another kind. Okay, so here we have to solve 3x plus 5 upon x cube minus x squared minus x plus 1 into dx. Now clearly it is a proper rational function because the numerator is of degree 1 whereas the denominator is of degree 3. But still, to make it easier we need to factorize it, and the easiest way of doing it is putting together these two and these two. So what do we get? 3x plus 5, and this can be from these two you take out x square common, we are left with x minus 1. From these two take out minus 1 common, you are left with, and now this gets factorized to 3x plus 5 x squared minus 1 into x minus 1 dx, and this integral can be written as 3x plus 5 upon. Now this can be further factorized into x minus 1 into x plus 1, and so we again get x minus 1 whole squared plus x plus 1 into dx, which can be dealt with in the same manner as the question number 8. Okay, now we come to yet another kind, that is question number 12. Now question number 12 says I is equal to x cube plus x plus 1 whole upon x squared minus 1 into dx. X cube plus x plus 1 upon x squared minus 1. Very obviously it is an improper rational function. Okay, so we need to first convert it to a proper rational function. So what do we get? We first of all, actually by long division, we use long division method. We get, so now we will be actually dividing this by x squared minus 1, and so what do we get? It goes x times x cube minus x, and then when you subtract it, this gets cancelled and you're left with 2x plus 1, which remains, which is of a lower degree than the question which is given to us. So clearly I can be written as, we get x plus 2x plus 1 upon x squared minus 1 into dx, which can be clearly and easily solved as x dx plus integral of 2x plus 1, and this can be factorized as x minus 1 into x plus 1 into dx, and which can be easily solved by resolving this into partial fractions. So you get it as x squared by 2 plus, and you resolve this into partial fractions as x minus 1 b upon x plus 1 and into dx, which can be easily solved. By finding the values of a and b. In the same manner we can do the rest of the questions, especially till question number 15. Thank you.